Hi everyone, just wanted to do a little video for you just to give you some update on what we're doing and what's going on. First, Mike and Daisy get along just great. When they have their afternoon nap, they're within a foot of each other. At nighttime, Daisy likes to sleep in between her pillows, and Mike's at the foot of the bed. Um, that's where he's always been. And Mike or Daisy sleeps through the whole. Well, they both sleep through the whole night, no movement at all. Except sometimes she'll wake up and she'll go down next to Mike, and wherever one of them is, the other one's there. So they get along really good. With the tug of war, as you saw in the video, they do that. If I throw a toy, they both run after it. Mike normally lets Lisa or Daisy have it. And I'm never going to get over this Daisy Lisa thing, so don't even comment on that. That's the way things are. It's either, most of the time I try to call her Daisy, but sometimes Lisa comes out, and she reminds me so much of Lisa, my cat. She acts like her, got the same mannerisms. She feels nice and fluffy like my cat. She snuggles up next to me when we're in bed, and so it's hard to get me out of that situation. So if I slip up and call her Lisa, then just bear with me. I'm not going to change her name. There's no sense in even calling her name. She can't hear it anyway. So all that being said, quite a while ago, I did a video on Mike barking. This is way before I got Daisy. About Mike barking, and I got him a bark collar. And because his hearing is so keen, he would bark at the elevator bell going off at night. He would bark at people out in the hallway. He would bark at building making a creaking sound, all kinds of things. And he wasn't communicating with anybody, but he would get terribly upset because he would hear this noise. So we got him the bark collar. Some of you complained, said, "Oh, you shouldn't use a shock collar." It's not a shock collar. I just want to make that clear. It's not a shock collar. It was just a vibrating thing, just like you vibrate on your cell phone. You can set your cell phone to vibrate. Well, it's the same thing. All it did was get his attention. So he stopped barking immediately, and he felt more relaxed because he would just freak out when he heard a noise, because he could hear it so plainly, where I couldn't hear it, but he'd just jump up and start barking, and he'd freak out, and that calmed him right down. Now he wears the bark collar. It's not even turned on. If he'll come over and make a fuss, and as soon as he sees that I have the bark collar, he'll come over, wagging his tail, put his head down. He wants the bark collar on him. It's not turned on, and he'll lay down and go to sleep. And my sons will laugh at that because it's not even turned on, but he wants the bark collar on. It takes away all the anxiety for him, so he just relaxes, and I don't know what's in his brain. Like, maybe he thinks I can't hear those sounds no more. I don't know, but anyway, it works. It keeps him calm, and that's what I want. I want him to relax. So all that being said, I'm leading up to something else. This is Mike's little bark collar. It's just a little vibrator. When he barked, it would vibrate all around the collar, and it wouldn't hurt him. It would just get his attention, and he stopped barking. So, we are 100% convinced Daisy is deaf. I've rattled pots and pans, dishes together, and she's right there. It doesn't even fizz on her. I've tried the two different types of dog frequencies on them, high-pitched frequencies. Doesn't fizz on her. She can be sound asleep. all kinds of noises go on. She doesn't wake up. She doesn't hear it all. So anyway, we have to have some way of getting her attention. We can't call her, and if she's somewhere down the hall, we need to have a way of communicating to her that she needs to look at us. So I bought a little vibrating collar. It's not a shock collar, so don't put it in the comments. It's just a little vibrating collar, and it's just going to get her attention. So this little collar, when we start doing this, it has a remote control. So I'm going to put the little vibrating collar on her. It's not even tight on her neck. It's just it vibrates the whole collar, so she'll feel it on her neck. She'll wonder what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'll put her harness on, I'll put her leash on, and I'll put the little buzzing collar on her. And then when she's not looking, I'll activate the buzz, the little vibrator. And then I'll pull on the leash. Then when she turns around and looks, we'll give her a treat. So after a while, she's going to know, oh, if that's buzzing, I got to look at mom and dad, I'll get a treat. And once she's convinced that the buzzing or the little vibrating feeling means to, look at mom and dad, even if she's in the bedroom, she needs to, if I do it, and this will go a long ways, she can come out and say, oh, I got to look at mom and dad to see what they want, because I might get a treat. But once she learns that, then we can get into the hand signals. You can't give her hand signals if she's not even looking at you. So the main thing we have to do is get her to look at us. Once she starts looking at us, then we can say, lay down, we can tell her to stay, we can tell her to come. Those are all things that Mike already knows. But all I got to do is say, Mike, and he turns around and looks at me, and I can do the signal, and he comes, or whatever. But her, we need to communicate with her. It's imperative that she looks at us. We have to do this for her own safety. And once she learns, and she's a fast learner, then we can start doing the hand signals. And she's a sharp little girl. She'll pick up on that right away. She's learned to walk together with Mike outside. She's learned to go up and down stairs. She's learned to almost all the time use the pee pad. This morning she got close to it and peed. But she also had a poop, and she pooped on the pee pad, which is really good. So she's learning about that. But she's a sharp little girl, and her eyesight is amazing. Because she's lost one sense, the other senses have really picked up. Like she'll notice a person 300 feet away, and she'll just sit there and stare at them. Like she can see them. So just so you know, that's our game plan. That's what we're planning on doing. If we can get her to pay attention to the buzz or the vibration, once she turns around and looks at us, then we can say, come here, or, stay, or lay down, whatever. But she needs to know those commands. But the absolute first thing she has to do is she has to look at us. So anyway, I don't want to hear a lot of comments about shock collar and all that crap. It's not a shock collar. It doesn't have any probes. It just vibrates like your cell phone. And this one here, I think we'll do a few days that it'll stay energized. This will last, I think, a month and a half. So it's a little bit bigger remote than I wanted, but anyway, what I mainly wanted was this to be tiny for her, and this is the smallest one I could find. some of them that I bought and returned, they were big, like for a big dog. This is a tiny little thing, and so that's what we're planning on doing. And we have it on our Amazon storefront. That's what it is, and hopefully that works really good. But for sure, she has to look at us. We have to get her attention somehow. If she's walking away and walking into danger or somewhere we don't want her to go, what do? We can't call her, and even if we run up to her, it's going to scare the heck out of her because she can't hear us coming, and all of a sudden we're there. So this little buzz collar is hopefully going to work. All we need her to do is turn around and look at us, and then we can do the hand signals. So I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. But she's a lovable little girl, and Mike and her, there's no problem. They just, when Mike's tired, he lays down, and she usually lays down right within a foot of him. So there's never a problem. They get along really good. They play together. They eat together. They do everything together. Anyway, guys, after I hang up, I'll probably think of something else I should have said. But anyway, that's where we're going with this. So in the next few weeks, you'll see how that goes. We'll do a demonstration once we get her trained to turn around and look at us, and then we can start getting into the hand signals. Anyway, I think that's about it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.